Okay, well, welcome everyone to Life, Health, and Prosperity Hangout on air. My name is David Gall, and I have my guest with me, Tina Hicks. My apologies, we had a some light technical difficulty here today. So the nice thing about the Google applications is, if your computer doesn't want to work properly, then you can convert over to your phone, and that's what we've ended up having to do today. So, but I'm very excited to have Tina Hicks on this Hangout with me. And to be able to share some of her story and what she's currently doing, especially based in the home business field. So as things transition in our economy and people are looking at other ways of generating income and making a difference, maybe it is a source of income that they can go to as their main source, or something that can be brought in, bringing in income into their home as another stream of income while they do their main lifestyle, whether it be in corporate or what have you. So like I say again, I'm very happy to have Tina on. I just want to kind of introduce Tina here a little bit. Now, Tina, I'm just kind of getting caught up here. I actually checked out your Google Plus and your storyline and tagline, and it's basically life transformer. Okay, barbell addict and protein shake chef. Okay. Also, as well, you're a mother of two, a grandmother of two beautiful boys, ages 2 and 5, and former IT grunt. So I'm going to have to ask you about that one, as well as who helps people reach their health, fitness, and financial goals with the Project 10 Challenge. So welcome aboard, Tina. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic now that we got the technical difficulties out of the way and we're ready to roll.
Well, like I said, I'm very super to have you on today. And the cool thing is that you're an IT person.
Yes, yes.
So,
that was my background for about 9 years.
Okay, well, why don't you just basically maybe just give us a brief overview of a little bit of your past, whereabouts you're from, and what you're currently doing now.
Okay, yeah. I was born and raised here in Eastern Kentucky, still here. I was only away from here for about 5 years. And I ended up, my brother was a computer programmer, and he kept really pushing me towards the IT field. So that's what I went to school for. That's what I got my education for, and that's what I dove into. And when I say grunt work, I always felt like my brain didn't mathematically work like a programmer, like my brother. So I did a lot of the install, cabling, support, and things like that. So, and I loved it. Yeah, I loved what I did.
So you were actually doing the physical aspects of actually installing this equipment in it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, very good. Very interesting. So now what made you transition? Because now you're into like a home-based business. So what made the transition? What happened there?
It's called downsize, layoff, downsize. Yeah. If I wanted to stay in Eastern Kentucky, the job market here is very, very, very bad. So if I wanted to stay here, I had to find a way to be able to create the income to be able to do that. And, the IT field here just doesn't pay what I wanted to get paid, and it didn't pay me what I felt like I was worth.
Gotcha.
So I currently had no job when I started my home-based business. I was doing some IT contract work, but outside of that, I didn't have a steady job.
So why home-based business? Why not relocate or look into another field? What drew you to the home-based business field?
Well, I had a couple of friends that had been in the industry for years, and I'd seen their success, and these were people that I respected and thought a lot of. So the more I learned about the home-based business forum, then I was intrigued by the fact that you have no ceiling, and it was based on my efforts, and I got paid if my work ethic is huge, I'm going to get paid huge. And, I have a really, I love to work, and I love to help people, so it just kind of went hand in hand.
Great, great. So now, we've known each other for a period of time here now. So I know a little bit of the history on the standpoint of the field that you're currently in. But you are currently doing a form of health challenge. So if maybe we can share a little bit more about the aspects of your health challenge.
Yeah, it's actually a funny story because 5 years ago you could have not paid me enough money to stop eating biscuits and gravy. Well, literally. And I always tell people, 5 years ago my food pyramid, the whole bottom of it was like Little Debbie. And then maybe there was biscuits and gravy and a whole lot of Coca-Cola. So I did not live a healthy lifestyle at all. And so it was a challenge for me. But, for me, it was an easy transition. Just the challenge program was an easy transition over. And so I've gone from I've gone from here to here. I've gone from A to Z in the past 5 years. And another thing is I would not exercise. I would not work out. I just, I thought those gym rat people were crazy. And I remember the first time that I met your other half there, Valerie, I thought, that woman is nuts. I would never eat like that. So now I eat like that. It's crazy. So I've made a complete lifestyle change, and I didn't change everything at once. For me, that was the success. It was easy. It was the path of least resistance for me 5 years ago. I lost 43 pounds before I ever walked into the gym. Then losing the weight gave me the confidence to take that step. And then a really good friend of ours, Tina HIcks, challenged me to step in to a CrossFit challenge for 90 days. And when she challenged me to CrossFit, I've got 4 spine fusions. Neck, I've got plate screws, low back. I've got fusion as well there too, 2 fusions and some titanium down there. So when I first Googled what CrossFit was, I told her, I said, you are nuts. Like, those people are crazy. I can't do any of that. I've had back surgery. So, I've had several back surgeries, so I can't do that stuff. And then, fast forward to where I am today. I just got my first strict pull-up. I'm now doing strict dips. I'm doing sets of abs hanging off of a heavy bag upside down. I mean, it's crazy. I'm visually seeing my abs for the first time. And 5 years ago, if anybody would have told me that I would be in the best shape of my life at going on 46 than I ever have been, I would have laughed at them.
Well, and yes, and like I say, I've been fortunate enough to watch this transformation that you've been going through over the last few years, and it is a really amazing story. Share what happens mentally. Like, obviously there's the physical challenge with what you just mentioned about your health issues with your back and so on. But how did you overcome that mentally?
Basically, my first day, number one, don't tell me that I can't do something. Like, don't be a man and tell me I can't do something. That's the big thing. So when I started, when I started CrossFit, the first day, I realized really quick when I kept telling people, I can't do this, I've had back surgery. I can't do that, I've had back surgery. I'm not allowed to do that. It didn't take me long to learn when they challenged me, and I just got educated on how much my body needed the physical activity post-surgery. Because, I share this story with everybody. My surgeon that did my low back fusion, basically this is what he told me. You'll never lift more than 25 pounds. You'll never jump. You'll never run. You'll never bend over and touch your toes. So I've crushed all that. If you allow the doctor to have control of this, the 6 inches between your ears, they will sell you to the glue factory like a broken down horse. I really, truly believe that. They're just saying what they need to say, I guess, maybe so, to protect themselves. I'm not sure, But the only thing I know is that when I was going for strength and doing powerlifting at CrossFit, I maxed out at 170 on my deadlift. I ran the Tough Mudder. That's a little bit more than running around the block. And, you know, I can bend over and put both palms on the floor, and I can do 28-inch box jumps now. You know, but the doctor told me I couldn't do any of that. So so the mental toughness comes one piece at a time. You know, I was not mentally tough like this. I was mentally tough in a lot of aspects of my life, but because I've been a single mom for a long time, you know, making things happen. But I was not mentally tough to get over that hump of fear of injuring my back or hurting myself. So it was the group, I think it was the CrossFit community of people that kind of banded together and showed me a lot of support and just showed me what I could do and what I was able to do. And, you know, I think that has a lot to do with it.
Well, yeah, Tina, that is truly a very powerful story. And, you know, there's so many people out there that have faced injury just like yourself. You know, there is that challenge of, okay, you know, my doctor, a professional, has told me that I can't do these things, and then they get caught up in that without willing to at least explore. And just like what you mentioned, you know, you took it a step at a time. So it wasn't something that you just started and automatically started lifting 170 pounds over your head. I mean, you took this step by step, and it is a lot of it is you know, getting in that mental aspect of it. So how does this affect your home-based business today with what you're currently doing?
Well, you know, the biggest thing I can say is that you have to be a product of the product. So whatever your product is, you know, people have to see that in you. People have to see that working for you. You know, what I do is we don't just sell it in a box. It's a lifestyle. And so, you know, you've got to be the lifestyle, and you've got to create that story and show other people what's possible.
So now that this is good because this leads into, you know, life, health, and prosperity, lifestyle. How is your lifestyle changed compared to where it was 5 years ago?
Oh, you know, there's no comparison because 5 years ago, you know, I had just ended a relationship and was going through another divorce, and he left me hanging with a whole lot of debt. So one thing that my home-based business, you know, has allowed me to do is to become debt-free, and you know, to own property free and clear, and not have the debt. You know, instead of, you know, it's amazing being able to go out and just pay for something and buy things and pay things off, versus having to run up a lot of debt and then have that hanging over your head. I don't like owing anybody anything. You know, I was a single mom for a lot of years and raised these two boys, and I remember that pressure. I remember what it was always like. And so for me, it was like a release valve, that pressure release valve. And I've just been able to go places and do things that I never would have been able to do otherwise.
Interesting. So now, what is your current challenge that you're doing? What got it started, and how's the finale? What type of finale are you having with this challenge? I know what it is, but I want to share it with others. Okay.
Well, my company has a magazine that is featured on newsstands all across North America and in 5 other countries. So there's a cover model contest for that magazine every year. And that is so back in February, I got challenged by Valerie Wagaman to train and compete and enter for the bi-model competition. So my BHAG, my big, hairy, audacious goal here, is to land my face and my new body on the cover of that magazine.
Wow, that is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic.
Shoot for the moon. Shoot for the moon.
Well, and let me ask you this, because here, again, mentally wise, because you've been going through all these different challenges as you've been moving forward, what were you thinking when you decided, okay, or what were you feeling when you decided, okay, I'm going to do this?
Very nervous, almost nauseous, because, you know, I knew how far I had to go. I knew, you know, even though I've worked on my health and, you know, I've lost weight and I got fit, there's different levels of fitness and there's different arenas of fitness, you know, so being prepared to be photographed like that is a far cry from doing a 45-minute Chippewa at CrossFit and lifted a bunch of heavy stuff. Two totally different things. So I think what made me more nervous than anything was the process that I'm going through right now, which is not really that bad. Now that I'm in the middle of the leaning out process, you know, and I'm visually starting to see my abs for the first time in my entire life. And so that's motivating. So, you know, we went through a bulk cycle. You know, the first 3 months, we went through another bulk cycle just to try to pack on as much muscle as I possibly could before we started this lean out. So, you know, when you're going through the bulk, you can't really get excited because you can't really see what's happening underneath all that fat. So then when you start to lean out and your shoulders pop, and my back is literally shredded. I mean, my back is crazy looking now. And so it's all coming together, but the training to me is easy. The food that you have to eat in order to reach this goal, that's been the most challenging part to begin with, but, you know, it's no big deal for me now.
So, but are you eating tree bark?
I am not eating tree bark. Negative. Okay. We had that discussion. When Valerie started coaching me on this, I'm like, I'm not going to eat tree bark now. You know, I'm eating just super clean, healthy food, and it's food that I like and I enjoy eating anyway. But this last stretch of leaning out, there are no cheat meals. I like my cheat meals. I mean, my brain functions on reward, okay? I function on reward. I know at the end of a hard week of training, I love my cheats. So right now there's no cheats.
So for an example, because one of the biggest things is people have a hard time understanding is that to lose weight, it doesn't necessarily mean eating less, and in some cases means eating more. So what is your what's your typical diet for a day?
I eat 6 meals a day.
Meals.
I eat 6 meals a day. Yes. Yeah. And I'm telling you, there was a point when we were going through the bulk cycle, when I was going through the first 3 months, I was like, I'm tired of eating. I remember telling Valerie, I'm ready to lean out because I'm sick of eating all this food. Like, I'm tired of eating all this food. All I do is eat. And so now I've just got it down to a science, and I don't even have to watch the clock anymore. It's like my body knows when the 3 hours have passed and it's time for my next meal. So I'm not hungry because I'm eating every 3 hours.
So what is that? So what is your typical meals for the day?
I eat a lot of chicken breast. I eat a very tiny, minute amount of fish. This is funny because I literally hate everything that resembles a fish. If it smells like it, looks like it, I don't like it. So I've incorporated fish at least in one of my meals a day, and chicken breast and extra lean ground beef and some ground turkey. So that's pretty much my protein sources there. I do 2 protein shakes a day. And I do healthy fats like coconut oil, chia seeds, avocado, and then I love Brussels sprouts, which is weird. Most people don't like them. I absolutely love them. A lot of broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, and a whole lot of spinach and kale.
Wow. And now what would you classify as being a cheat meal?
My cheat meal and my coach's cheat meals are not even in the same universe.
Okay.
My cheat meal is 6 cupcakes, and that's the meal. Valerie's cheat meal, in her mind, is have some sweet potato fries with your clean food. Like, that's not cheating. That's teasing me. That's teasing me.
Yes, I have to go along with you. I'm right in there with the cupcake. I love them. But here's the thing is that once you start, what you're showing though is that once you start getting an exercise program in, and then like I say, I mean, you can eat large volumes of food, but just be particular what it is. Then you can incorporate those cheat meals as a reward, and that's amazing. So.
Well, the majority of the population are not going to eat clean meals out of a container, out of a cooler, and carry their food with them every 3 hours. I think that's why the challenge was such an easy transition for me the first couple of years before I started into fitness, because it was the path of least resistance. I loved it, and it was simple, and I didn't have to change my life. So then gradually, little baby steps at a time, then I would transition into clean eating. And I eat, oh my gosh, right now it's 100% clean 100% of the time. But on a normal basis for the past 3 years, I've hit about 85 to 90% clean about 90% of the time.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
And the other thing is too is that you don't necessarily have to have 6 meals a day. 3 good solid meals, balanced out is quite sufficient. So very good. Well, and like I say, it's amazing the transformation. We're just coming up to 1:30 here, so I just wanted to get where can people go to be able to, if they want to follow you as you progress? There's a certain deadline you're looking at doing this challenge wrap up with the magazine. What date is that?
My photo shoot is going to be the first weekend in August. So okay. Between now and and then once I get that done, my goal is that first Sunday in August. Every Sunday you can go vote for me, and my voting page won't be up until August. But if people will just follow me on Google+, then as soon as that voting link hits, I will definitely be sharing it out like crazy to show everybody just where I started and how far I've come.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, and if they have any questions, they can either reach out to you on your G+ page?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, I know there may be some questions here as well later on today that people can leave in their comment and that we will respond to after this hangout. But I just want to say I'm grateful for be able to have you on today. This was, this time flew by, regardless of the technical challenges that we have, which weren't very long. I certainly enjoyed this, and I hope to be able to as well, bring you on over the next few months so you can share with us your progress.
All right. Thanks, David. I really appreciate it. Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much, Tina. Talk to you again soon.
All right.
Cheers.